Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use and how to install the NoSQL Social Network API project. So the first thing to do will be to go to this link right here so we can clone or download the project. In my case, I already have it downloaded and installed, as you can see. Here we have all the folders and files of the project. Then, after we install the MongoDB server, we will need to run it, typing MongoDB. Then we will go back to our project and open the integrated terminal. Let's make sure that we are in the correct folder, as we can see. Then we're going to install all the dependencies, typing npm I. Those dependencies are Mungos and Express. Then we are good to start the project. After this, we will open our Insomnia application so we can make all the tests we want to make. Here we're using the four methods, which are get, post, put, and delete. The first one will show us the users that we already have been created. If I want to create a third one, in my case I'll do a fourth one. We'll send it with the post method, and here we can see our user number 4 with this ID. If we wanted to update in a specific ID, we will need to copy the ID and then just edit it. And this, send it, and here we can see in the get it's updated. And if we want to delete it, for example, we're gonna delete the fourth user. We have a message saying that the user and associated thoughts are deleted. And we go back to the get, and here we can see that the user number 4 is no longer available. Then, to create a friend, this is basically like copying the ID of the friend that we want to add and which ID. For example, we're going to copy city, and we want it to be with the test number 1. Paste it, and then it has been created. Here you can see the friend counts. Just to confirm, we'll go back and see that the test number 1 it's under the test number 2, as we can see. Then to delete that test or that friend relation, we copy and paste the whole path because it's the same. Here we can see that the friend count is 0. We'll go back and see that the friend is no longer there. Then to create a thought, we will need to basically do the same things, but the thoughts are under a user. So if I want to create a thought for the user number 1, I will need to copy and paste the ID here. Here we can see that the thought is successfully created. When I get all thoughts, here we can have all thoughts. We need to follow this path. So if we want to have like a specific thought, we will need to copy the ID of the thought, paste it, and then here we have it. We want to update the thought as well. We will use this. We have the thought updated. Here we have it updated. And to delete it is basically the same thing. Copy and paste the ID. Here we can see that the thought is successfully deleted. Okay, if we want to add a new reaction, let's remember that the reactions are under the thoughts. So we will need to create a new thought that will be under the same ID, which is the ID test number one. Here we have the message that it's successfully created. Then we're good to copy the new ID that was generated for that thought. And we're gonna paste it here into this path, which is API thoughts, the ID of the thoughts, and the reactions. And here we can just put like one, user number one, and we're gonna send it. And here we can see that the reaction is under the thoughts. And also we can see the reaction count that we have one. If we want to add another one, we will just put this. And here we have the reaction test number two with the user two. So now if we want to delete a reaction, we will need to copy and paste the reaction ID into this path, right to the end of the path. Let's remember that we need the ID of the thoughts, so let's go back and copy it. And right here. Then here we can see that we only have the reaction number one for the user number one. And to get a better view of this, we can go back to the get method for all the users. We're going to send it, and here we can see that the thought is created. But to have a better view of it, we can look for the user ID. Here we can see the user test number one. We have the thoughts for the user number one. We also have the reaction for the thoughts test number one, and we have the reaction count. So that's actually how we can be testing all the project. And finally, if we delete a user, for example, we're going to delete the user number one. I say number one, but it's basically the first one that I make. It's this one. So I want to delete it, copy and paste, and then we send it. And here we can see that the user and associated thoughts are deleted. And that's it. Thanks.